This viewpoint will quickly improve your golf. Now, you saw in the thumbnail the golf ball. I have just simply drawn dots all over it, and this really just helped with our focus point. Now, this question was asked in the community page all about spin on those chip shots. And that's great, isn't it? It's impressive. We show off to all our mates. Now, I want to help you play your best golf this season. So do subscribe and turn the bell. And when you've done that, you can get your biggest error in your golf game down in the comments. And I'll be sure to help you out. It's simple, it's free, and a 5-minute golf tip. So if I asked you, when you're faced with a shot like this, what are you focusing on? Is it the flag? Is it where you land? Is it the golf ball? Or are you even like watching the golf club head back and through? Like, if you're doing any of those, like, it's going to seriously harm your game. And when I see people chip and they fat it, they thin it, they're always looking at the golf ball sort of from behind here and scooping it like this when they hit the shot. Of course, sometimes you can get it good, but if you're always looking at the back edge of the golf ball, and I'll show you this in the player cam here, the back edge of the golf ball, then you're always going to be scooping at that ball. I'm going to show you, using the golf ball, the viewpoint, the focus point that you need. Now, one of the questions is about spin. To get spin, you need these factors. You need speed in the golf swing, you need a good strike, but you also need a soft golf ball, some sharp, dry grooves, and also the turf you're hitting off has to be tight. Where it's landing has to be a good surface. So don't worry. If at your golf course you don't have these factors, sometimes you just can't spin it because of the turf and where it's landing. So we've got dots all over our golf ball. I've got probably between 8 and 12 dots all over it, and just put them randomly. Helps you easier to identify your ball, but also wherever this lands on the floor, so if I put it on the floor, there is always going to be some dots visible on the back side and some on the front side of the ball. So the idea we have here is where we focus at address and where we keep our focus throughout the shot. So we've got a dot here on the front of the golf ball, and you can see this from the player cam perspective. If you focus on the dots on the back edge of the golf ball, you're going to be more in this space. And we've already identified that's when you get a little bit scoopy. So the viewpoint I want you to have with the ball around the middle of your stance is I want you to find a dot on the front of the golf ball. I want you to stay focusing on that dot on the front of the golf ball, because look, if I just rock my arms back and through, where does the club look like it's working now? It looks like it's working downwards through the hit, not scoopy and behind it. So the viewpoint is really, really easy. And I know you can roll this out, pardon the pun, straight out onto the golf course. Let's hit one from here and I'll show you another scenario. It's that easy. So you walk in, you address it, you find your viewpoint and you stand in and we just hit it away, keeping that dot, that small focus throughout. Look at the spin on that. Go in. Oh, just a little bit short. Did you hear the strike of that chip? It was absolutely nipped. So let's just run through these same ideas, but they're slightly different when we go on a pitch shot because we don't need our weight as much to the left. Okay, so around about that 50-yard mark, I've just thrown that ball down the ground. Again, the dots are there. What I'm looking for here, instead of having it around 70-30 on your left side for that chip when you'll get closer to that green, I've got a little bit wider stance and I'm going to feel 60-40. 70-30 closer, narrower stance, 60-40. But the whole idea is that viewpoint is always constantly, I feel as though, right, and this sounds bizarre, but I'm looking back at the golf ball. I'm not looking this way and through towards target, because this is helping me keep my center. So look at this here, right? If I put my weight on my right side and rock this golf club, look at the club in relation to the ball. It's working up, okay? If I get my center ahead of the ball, look at it now. It's working down in relation to the ball, if this is a pendulum, and that's what's the golden nugget here. You're learning to control that low point in areas of pressure. These half swings are hard, aren't they? But they don't have to be after this. So here we go, let's laser this one in here. Move in, find your dot, focus on that, keep the viewpoint of looking back at the ball, not that way. Back at the ball, not that way, throughout the shot. Look at the strike on this, look how quick it stops. Back, back, oh! That's how you create the spin. I had some tight turf there, good lie, clean grooves to start with, but that viewpoint allowed me to hit down on that ball, get the ball riding up the grooves, not thinning it off the bottom one or two. And that's what's seriously going to help your chipping and your pitching. Thanks so much for watching. Please do subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell to never miss any of our videos.